Shalom. This week's Sedra is Sedra Tetzaveh. In a few months, we'll read about Bnei Israel's rebellion against God, Moshe, and the proper ways of the Torah. The people suffered a devastating plague. The plague was so severe, God spoke to Moshe and Aaron and said, "Remove yourselves from the community, then I might annihilate them," the Jewish people, in an instant. How did the Jewish people survive this plague? Moshe said to Aaron, "Take a fire pan and light it with fire from the altar. Add incense, and take it quickly to the community and atone for them with the incense offering. For anger has gone from God, and the plague has begun." Aaron took it as Moshe had ordered and ran to the congregation, where the plague had begun among the people. He put on the incense and gained atonement for the people. How did Moshe know that offering incense would atone for the people and stop the plague? The Talmud tells us the story of a debate between Moshe and the angels that went on in heaven at Har Sinai over who should receive the Torah. The angels agreed with God that God had made the right decision to give the Torah to the people. Moshe won the debate. The Talmud relates that immediately each and every one of the angels became an admirer of Moshe and passed something to him, a gift of sorts. And even the angel of death gave him something. The Talmud cites Moshe telling Aaron how to stop the plague we mentioned above as the gift from the angel of death. The Talmud proves that the angel of death told Moshe how to stop the plague by asking, if it were not that the angel of death told him this remedy, would he have known it? Whether or not the above Talmudic passage of Moshe getting a remedy from the angel of death is literal or homiletic, one must ask how offering incense is able to stop a plague. Judaism doesn't believe in magic potions or elixirs. There must be something about incense that stops a plague and divine punishment. A comment of the Ramban in this week's Sedra helps us understand how the plague was stopped. Our Sedra talks about the altar, and it says, "You shall make an altar for burning incense. Make it of wood. It shall be a cubit long and a cubit wide. It shall be square and 2 cubits high, its horns of one piece with it. Overlay it with pure gold, its top, its sides, round about, and its horns, and make a gold molding for it round about." The Ramban explained that the reason the altar is mentioned here, along with the Mishkan and its various different vessels, and not along with the table and the menorah, is because the altar's purpose is to add honor to God with the incense burned on it. A method of honoring God and sanctifying the nation is through the offering of the incense on the altar. The Ramban's comment that offering incense adds honor to God explains how incense can stop a plague. Divine punishment comes from the people not obeying God. By honoring God through the offering of the incense, the Jewish people demonstrate that whatever misstep or disobedience they took to deserve divine punishment, they have corrected and made atonement. It's the honor of God that stops the plague, not the incense. Shabbat Shalom.